Once you have a hazard and you've built the initial project, one of the first steps of the mission planning process is to come into the ISR tab and fill out the initial situation report. So this particular training will be less about that particular process and more about the specific fields here and how they interact with Microsoft Dynamics. To start, we've got a couple different things here. One is prepared by and one is submitted by, and you'll see these across all the different tabs. And the difference is that you can have almost anybody prepare the ISR, any volunteer contact, for example, and then there are a smaller subset of people that are able to actually submit it into the system. So that's the difference between the two there. Then you have all the normal ISR type fields that you are likely used to. And if you hover over the field name, you'll see the thing that they're looking for each particular field. So here we have the situation overview type things. Here we have the social vulnerability index type questions. And as you're filling these out, one thing to understand is that ultimately this whole thing you're going to want to make it look right on an actual Word document, because this will get shipped out to our stakeholders. So as you're editing, you can, anytime you feel like it, you can click on the Word template dropdown, choose the one that you're working on, and get a chance to see what that particular document looks like right now. And that way, if there's any weird editing things that you have to fix, or if you don't like how it's spaced, etc., you can make those changes. And if you watch, I'll make a change to one of the fields here and hit save. Print out another ISR template in this case, and we'll see that that field now has been updated. So it's no longer here. So as you use the Word template dropdown, you'll just note that it will be showing you whatever you currently have saved. The ISR contacts, this is part of a new emphasis on trying to capture who we're actually working with that may not be a Team Rubicon volunteer. So as some examples, we've got maybe there's someone from the Sheriff's Office, Emergency Management Office, Police, Fire, Medical, basically anybody that you're working with to as part of the mission planning process, we want to try to capture. So there'll be a specific separate video to talk about how to actually create these project contacts. Then we have the recommended next step area, and this should be a drop down. And if you notice, right now we have it set to develop recon, and we have recon out here as potential next steps. If for whatever reason we decided to go directly to the Warno, you'll notice that those particular tabs then disappear. So there's a little bit of conditional formatting at play. Last but not least, we have the approval process, and we'll talk about the overall approval process in more detail in a separate video. But in general, it's going to take a look at the summary, it's going to look at the approval level lookup, and then that's going to drive, that plus the territory is going to drive who are the actual approvers. Once they approve something, you'll note that all the different fields will get locked. And if there are changes to be made, then the approver has the ability to go back in, reset it back to pending, and you'll note that the locks go away. They can make whatever changes they need to make, and then they can go back to approved in order to relock everything. And then once everything's approved, the approver or somebody would then want to upload the ISR, and by clicking this button, it's going to do pretty much the same process as this, where it's going to create another ISR from scratch. But then it will put it into SharePoint, and you'll be able to use the related menu here to go to the documents and open up that file and be able to add your maps, any type of graphics, any last minute changes to formatting, etc. And then the one that's in SharePoint would be the one that they would actually send around. That's it for this video, and we'll see you in the next one.